Let's get in and make our first Google Classroom. So we'll go to classroom.google.com and then click on the plus sign in the top right-hand corner. This time we're going to click Create a Class. So your students shouldn't be able to click Create a Class. They only get to join classes. So I'm going to give my class a title here, ELA grade 10. And if I teach several sections of this course, I will put in the different section numbers here. So, or the time frames. I kind of wait and see what it looks like visually. And it's more so for me to keep all of these classes straight than my students. So you'll have to play with that. I very rarely fill out the subject in the room because I think it's kind of redundant and obvious. And for you being in a virtual environment, who knows what your room will actually be. So we'll go ahead and click Create. And so after we're done making the class, we're going to go change some settings right away that are, to me, clutch for successful deployment in Classroom. So let's click the gear icon or button in the top right-hand corner. And first, we can always adjust those details that you selected just a few moments ago. Then we also have your class code is listed here, as well as the invite link. You can email your students. Now, your students may be in the same class, like Google Classroom, that they had the previous semester if they're in a year-long course. You'll have to work that out with your CT. And so then the very first thing I want to check is the stream. You'll need to kind of play this one by ear. When I have minors and they're kind of squirrely and I haven't really established kind of that expectation yet in class, I'm going to lock this down. I don't want my students to post and comment to the stream because I've had a few instances where it'll be 11 o'clock at night and I'm getting hi and on the stream and then responses. And by morning, you know, the stream for the class is littered and now becomes kind of like this entertainment thing. Now, of course, if that happens, I'm going to have a conversation, right? And kind of reteach some digital citizenship stuff. But until I get to know them and we have those conversations and establish kind of the boundaries and expectations, I'm probably going to lock this down to only teachers can post or comment. And maybe eventually I'll let them comment on just my posts. Yes, I can still get that hi, but it might not quite be as prolific as if I just say, hey, you know what, do whatever you want. So I'm going to lock this. I'm teaching at the collegiate level now, so I'm going to leave mine that you can post and comment. But this next one is clutch. So do you want to post classwork to the stream? Remember in Classroom, there's two tabs, the stream, which is the home page, and the classwork tab, which is just work and materials. You really want to keep those two separate. Tell your kids that the stream, the home page, right, is just for announcements. And the class work page is just for work, stuff you'll do. That is so essential. And the default is that anytime you put classwork into Classroom, it's also going to show up on the stream. And trust me, it really makes it challenging for students. So you're definitely going to want to select hide notifications. We do not want classwork. Every time you post something, an assignment, a material, a resource, a question, a quiz, you don't want that showing up on the stream. Trust me. So very, very important that you tweak that. I don't show deleted items. I do generate the Meet link. I want that link inside the banner. That's like one of the benefits. Everybody else who uses Zoom has to grab that link and find somewhere convenient to put it. In Classroom, that Meet link is going to appear in the banner all the time. It's amazing. Now, if your district has it set up right, they will have it set that you have to get into that Meet link first. I don't bother with that because we're all adults, right? But when you're teaching in the K-12 institution, if your students are able to get into that Meet link first before you're going to want to say something. You absolutely, because you can't give them that online open digital space with no adult supervision. They've got enough of that on their own. The school district doesn't necessarily need to be also providing that. So you want to kind of look out for that. The grade calculation here, I keep grades here because this is all I have. You probably won't, because you have to also put grades into Skyward or whatever your district is using. It's going to be probably Canvas, Skyward, Schoology would be a totally different beast, or PowerSchool. And so I bet you don't care about this. You won't even pay attention to grading here. So I'm actually going to skip that, be a gambling woman, because I'm pretty sure you won't need to